Using the item ID for a content item from ArcGIS Online is an essential part of working with the ArcGIS API for Python. So in this video, we're going to see where we can grab that item ID from. The item ID is persistent for each item unless that item is deleted and recreated. So it is the surest way to know that you are accessing the correct item when using the API. It is highly recommended that to use the Content Manager get method and supply in a content item ID rather than using the search method, where the search method will return a list that will have none, one or many content items. And then you have to figure out which item it is that you want to use. Whereas if you use the item ID directly, you know you are accessing the correct content each time. So let's check it out. Here I'm on the content page for my ArcGIS Online, and we can see I have a whole host of content items. We take a look at this Park Trails feature service and I click the preview button on the right. Over on the left, the preview panel opens, and if I expand the details tab, we can see it exposes the item ID, and quite handily it has this copy icon here where I can copy the item ID and paste it into a script. I could also click into the Park Trails feature service, or over on the right hand side, click the ellipses and select View Details. Over on the right hand side, we can see the URL, which is the REST endpoint URL for the feature service. But if I click on this arrow beneath it, it also exposes the item ID where it has the copy icon where I can copy the item ID and paste it into a script. And lastly, you can get the item ID from the URL up the top. You can see here it has ID equal to, and then it has the item ID that you can highlight and copy and paste into your script. When it comes to using the ArcGIS API for Python, you want to make sure that you are accessing the exact content item that you are interested in. If I go back to my content, you can see here I have an API Python web map. And let's say I wanted to back up that web map. I click Preview, click on Details, I'll copy the item ID, and then head to my Python script that enables me to back up a web map, and I can paste in the item ID to my script. Now I might be running backups daily or weekly. I could have a dictionary here of web map names and item IDs and iterate over that dictionary and back up my web maps. And I will leave a link to videos where you can back up and restore web maps underneath this video. Now you know where to grab an item ID for a content item in ArcGIS Online when you're using the ArcGIS API for Python. Up here we have a playlist with loads more content relating to the ArcGIS API for Python with ArcGIS Online. And if you haven't, make sure to subscribe. Down below this video, there is a link to another video where we back up a web map using the ArcGIS API for Python, and it is the script that we saw in this video. So go check that out and take care.